We are back. We have with us Kelly Monteith, Barbara Hauer, Susan Clark. And for our next guest animal, we'll see what Joan has for us. Oh, I hear the oohs and ahs, but I don't know. Looks like the thing is set in the back of a car that sits in the... That is a bird with a very big beak.
Yes.
Is that a hornbill?
He knows how to use it. It is a hornbill, and I guess it was about a year or two ago we had the Abyssinian ground hornbill, Charlie, that came out. It was one of the first hornbills to reproduce in captivity. And this is another type of hornbill, the Celanese.
Look at the size of the bill on that.
Very colorful.
Is that a weapon?
As he had dinner.
Now, that could be a weapon. Now, this one has been hand-raised, and he's pretty good. And when he gets a little excited, he'll use it.
Well, I don't want to get him excited.
He's pretty good, actually.
Where's he from?
He's from Ceylon, and they come from Asia, Africa, and India.
Now, he has a hold of your finger there.
Yes. Now, actually, he has a pretty good bite with his bill, but he's more dangerous in that you notice how sharp it is. If he turns and he jabs you with it,
I can see that.
Smarts a little.
What is the other type of thing on top of the bill?
The top of the bill, that's called their casque. Mm-hmm. And the casques can be carved quite ornately and have been. Unfortunately, the birds
it's really beautiful.
have to be destroyed for that.
I mean, the face and the coloring around the eyes.
Isn't that? It looks like he has
gorgeous?
eyeshadow. Beautiful long eyelashes. And these birds are quite large. They range up to 5 feet in length for the largest giant hornbills.
It's a good name for them.
They have a...
I suppose that's when the first guy saw that. Says, hey, look at that big hornbill. The guy's name was Bill. And he said, hey, Bill, look at the horn. I said, good name for them, hornbill.
Right behind us, we have a picture of what they can do in the carving. Some jewelry stores do sell them.
Well, isn't that kind of a shame to do that, though?
Yes, in a way.
That to me, you see, that doesn't appeal to me. Somebody obviously has killed the bird, you see, and then they take the bill and carve something like that out of its head.
Now, we have the same...
that just does not appeal to me at all.
We have the same problems with elephants.
You see, look what they've done, you see. It's
with their ivory.
Beautiful bird like that, and you kill them just so somebody can set something like that on their desk. That's ridiculous. Those times ought to be through. Well, people do that.
There's quite a bit of legislation that protects most of our
See,
animals.
if people wouldn't
now.
buy those things, the people themselves could, around the world, if they wouldn't buy sealskin coats, if they wouldn't buy certain things where they use whale products, you could stop all that kind of business immediately, or even ivory now. People shouldn't buy things made of ivory.
Now, ivory is illegal.
I know, but they shouldn't do it. And as long as there's a market for it. See, the poachers... I know it's illegal in this country, but the poachers will keep poaching as long as people go out and say, I want to... As long as there's a market, and all the people have to do is quit buying it, and they'll stop all that ridiculous business. Is this something for him to eat? I saw a tray of food here.
Yes, we'll put it up here. Now, he loves strawberries.
You got strawberries, just like you got orange, little meat, whatever?
Worms and crickets, and here we have bananas. I don't know if he'll eat because I'm holding him. Are you hungry? Huh? Would you like something?
I'm not going to hand feed him, I will tell you that.
Here. You want something? He's usually a pretty good... There you go. Oh, boy, that's good stuff. Well, he usually throws it to the back of his throat, so, he might have a hard time eating him the way we're holding him here. Would you like that? Let me take my finger, huh?
How can he see it?
Well, you notice how he turns his head. Now, their beak is useful, and the length of it, because of their weight, they can't get all the way to the end of the limb where the fruit is found. So that long beak aids them.
Oh, I see.
In
well, it's a different situation for him to eat here.
Yeah.
Okay, he's very pretty. He or she?
He. Now, one of the interesting things about this bird is that the male barricades the female into a nest where she lives.
I saw that on a documentary, the National Geographic, and then muds up the entire...
Completely.
Muds her up while the eggs hatch, then the male goes out and gets the food, and they're in there for what, 3, 4, 5 months?
Well, they're in there for at least 2 months because the incubation is about 4 weeks, and then it's another 4 weeks until the birds have gained their feathers.
But they wall up the whole hole and seal them in there.
Right. Now, the male brings the food to the female until she's able to leave the nest.
That's fascinating, isn't it?
It really is.
Nice bird.
Thank you.
What do you call that one? Is there a name for him, or do they
Well,
No.
he was donated from a man who raised him as a pet in Texas, and we haven't named him yet.
All right.
But,
How about Tex?
He'll be part of our education program. All right, we'll name him.
What else would you call him?
We'll name him that.
Okay. All right. Coming up next on our cue here. All right, that's... Now that we've seen the dancing bear coming up... Well, since Ed Sullivan is gone, we got to keep the animal thing alive. Wouldn't you love to put them in a baby carriage and then cover it and walk down the street and...
We do.
So they're all covered, and then someone, can I see? And then just pull that back and have those two things.
And they're very surprised.
Now, those aren't chimps, are they? Those are,
These are orangutans, and this is really a very special occasion to have twins. These are twins. And they are...
Oh, excuse me, I don't mean to laugh at your face. It's a very sweet face. It really is. Look at that face.
Very strong.
Very strong for their age, aren't they?
Very
Yes.
strong. They like to pull hair,
Oh, look at that.
and they're about 5 months old.
Right.
And they weighed about
that
3.5
face.
pounds when they were born. It's only the 7th time that twins have ever been recorded with
Were they
orangutan
both the same
births.
sex?
No, this is a female, but she has bows in her hair.
Oh, yeah. I didn't notice
Can't you
that.
tell? And a dress.
What's this one's name?
That's Locke, and this is Lisa.
That's Lisa, and this is...
Locke.
Look at the face. I think I'm in love.
I think he is.
It's that face is so human when they look at you.
They are
You look
very
into their
human.
eyes.
You really get attached to them. They are so special and so very intelligent, and for their age, very coordinated, much more so than a human
Now,
child.
orangutans are basically tree-dwelling animals, aren't they?
Almost totally
Yeah,
arboreal.
they very seldom come to the ground.
Right, and they build nests where they sleep at night, and they spend most of their time way up in the trees,
Yeah.
which is one of the reasons for their decline, because many of the forests are being cut down. They are endangered, and there are less than 4,000 of them in the wild.
Now, these will become fairly large, won't they?
Right, the males in captivity have grown up to 300 pounds. In the wild, they range about 200. The females about 160, so somewhat smaller than the male. They were born from a female, which we raised in our children's zoo.
Here, turn around. That's it. That's it. That's all right. There we are. He looked right at me and went... Oh, they're adorable.
They're very uninhibited.
Oh.
I think he'd go home with you.
Oh.
Actually, sometimes they're very picky about people that they'll go to.
Oh.
They only accept...
Oh, they have strong little hands, don't they?
And wait till
Very
they're a couple
strong
years
little
old.
hands. He's real cute. Very strong little hands. You know, he could hang from my hair. Look, I don't even have him holding him.
Now, see,
He's hanging just from the hair.
that's very important in the wild because that could save their life. They have to hang on to the female or a tree.
Well, you've got a nice start on life. Okay, you have to go back now. Bye-bye.
And you notice how
Bye-bye.
long the arms are. They're considerably longer than the legs. They use those like hooks in the trees. And they have
Can he see me? I mean,
Oh, yes. Oh, sure. And he'll laugh. If you laugh at him, he'll usually laugh. Will he laugh for you?
Okay, you're all choked up about this. Same to you. Oh, they're great. Thank you, Joni. I'm sorry to give him back, huh? I'm sorry to give him back.
But you wouldn't be in about 8 years.
No,
He could pick you up and carry you off stage.
Hey, thanks for coming again, really. It's always great fun when you show up. Could you bring them back when they're a little older?
Sure, we will.
Maybe a few months when they grow up a little bit?
We will.
Before they really become,
Too strong.
Too strong?
Handle. Sure, we will.
Okay, thank you, Joan.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Oh, God. That look. That look he laid on me. Gee. Crack up time. We'll take a break. We'll be right. Stan Laurel, yeah. We'll be right back. My first guest, I consider a good friend. He's been with us several times in the past few months, and a most original and creative talent in our business. Would you welcome Mr. Orson Welles? Welcome back. I got to tell you something. I thought about it upstairs tonight. The very first time you were booked on this show, I was really kind of scared. I don't know if you know that or not. I didn't tell you that because I've always been in somewhat awe of you, and I did not know you at the time.
But we'd been on the same stage together, and no harm had come to you.
That is true. That is no harm. And I was. And then you were on that show the first night, and everything just worked great, and now it's so great to have you here all the time.
Well, I was much more scared than you were, believe me.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
No,
sure.
That I won't buy at all.
Well, of course. Of course, anybody's scared to get out in front of the public. I think it's only the people who haven't done it very long
Maybe so.
aren't scared. Just now, for instance, they said I was waiting behind the multicolored curtain, and one of the fellas back there says, well, this must be like old hat to you. Because I've been about 4 times on the show, and old hat. I was, it was just like an opening night. Nervous.
I guess performers, no matter how much professional they are, and sometimes the more professional, the more uptight they get. I remember reading, and I found it hard to believe that Helen Hayes at one time, when radio, could not stand at a microphone and read a script.
Not true.
Is that not true?
She did 6, it was under contract.
Is there somebody else I'm thinking
6
of?
plays a year for me when I had an hour radio show, and she was super professional. She knew radio very well.
Then I have the wrong lady, but someone of that
wrong
stature,
lady, somebody like that,
absolutely was petrified to stand there with just the sheets of paper. And
a lot of people can't read. Reading on radio is another talent.
It is.
Some people can ad lib and some people can't, and some people can read a script and make it sound like they're making it up, and other people take a long time. Larry Olivier, for example, is a terrible radio actor.
But on stage, then?
Well, he needs his 3 or 4 days. His first readings are very mysterious. You think, that's Sir Lawrence, is it,
That's unusual.
Yes, you see. And I had him on the radio several times. And the first time, we had an old radio actor called Ray Collins who came up to him, said, didn't I see you on Big Sister? That was a soap opera, And he came up to me later, Collins, and says, this poor fellow doesn't know what he's doing. Maybe we better help him out a little.
Laurence Olivier.
Yes, that's right. Because he was nervous about reading the words off the page, which is a special thing.
I drive home now after the show, and one of the stations out here has been playing a lot of the old radio broadcasts. Suspense and a lot of the original comedy shows and drama shows, the Lux Radio Theater. And you realize what a wonderful medium radio really was when it was done well.
Dramatically, I don't think there's any medium better, because it, first of all, it did what television doesn't do. It made people listen and pay attention, because as we are talking, the great majority of our public may well be wandering about the room or up to something else. But on radio, they couldn't follow it at all unless they were really following it.
That's true, and the imagination really had to take over. And that's why a lot of things on television they could never do as well. For example, I don't think on a television show they could do a really horror or mystery type of thing as well.
No, because your own imagination would do it.
Because they can't create those special effects that's in the mind all the time when you hear it.
Oh, yes.
Those were great days.
I had intended to bring a little magical illusion with me, and I put it in the wrong jacket.
No magic tonight?
So no magic tonight, and I had also told myself that I would do what Mrs. Temple used to tell Shirley before every take, and I find I'm not doing it. Do you know what she used to say?
No.
This is really true. Just as they put that slate on, you know, take number 4, whatever it is, Littlest Rebel. She'd say, "Sparkle, Shirley." Sparkle, Shirley. So that's what I told myself behind the curtain. Sparkle, Orson.
Smile now. Let's see some of that. That's funny. I got a couple other things I want to ask you that I wasn't going to get to. That might be fun for the next time you come. I want to.
Am I leaving?
No. No, you're not. Well, you're sparkling. I want you to get some of those scripts you have, and bring them if you have them, and let's show the people how difficult or how unusual it is to read a dramatic thing. And
we can do a suspense show here
and set it up, and we'll get the sound effects and actually recreate.
But do it seriously.
Do it straight.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Right. And it'll be very funny.
All right. No, it'll be serious. We'll be right back. More sparkling in just a moment. We're back. Orson and I. Orson just suggested during the break, the thing would be most apropos would be the Shadow, which you did on radio.
Yeah.
The Shadow. Remember that
One of the
series?
things
Now, in those days, it was interesting. The shows were live on radio, most of them. Some of them were transcribed.
No, network shows had to be live
But they
by law.
Right.
The only transcribed shows were syndicated shows and local ones.
And you would play like maybe 5, 6, or 7 different shows, like in New York City, playing different characters on each one, right?
Yes, and I found out that you can hire an ambulance in New York without being sick.
Now, I didn't know that.
So I used to go from CBS to NBC and back again in an ambulance so I could get through the traffic in order to get from one soap opera to another, you know? And I wouldn't know what I was going to play. They'd hold an elevator open for me. I'd come in. They'd say, Studio 3. I'd go into Studio 3. They'd hand me a piece of paper. I'd say, what is it? And they'd say, 70-year-old Chinaman. And we're on the air. I didn't know how it turned out, what happened, anything. I was a 70-year-old Chinaman.
Just go right in.
We're talking about first readings. That's radio reading. Well, and, of course, radio actors like myself, that first reading is the best one. We haven't got anything better after that.
You just go do it. What would happen when you do a fluff? Now, there had to be times when the lines would...
Oh, yes. We had, I remember one morning, we used to do a show in my poorest days in radio when I had only one show to live on. Joe Cotton and I were both living on $18.50 a week, which was the fee for this. It was on what's called sustaining, and it was the School of the Air.
The School of the Air.
The School of the Air. And one morning it was about the Olympic Games in Greece. And the lady authoress, an unmarried woman in her late 60s, was sitting in this tiny studio with an organ and the rest of little cast of 6, and we picked up the script, pretty badly hungover, I may say, and went on the air live with dialogue that went like this. Ah, Pythias, you have the biggest lance in all Athens. Can you throw it over your shoulder? Let me see your discus, you know. And all perfectly clean, unbleepable stuff, but we were only about 6 minutes into it when they had to just play organ music. We were all on the floor because the spinster lady didn't know why. We thought it was all so dirty. And when we finally came to a line where I had to say, barrels and barrels of pith.
Organ music up and out.
Organ music, and I never worked for School of the Air again, nor did Joe Cotton. We starved for a month.
Off the School of the Air.
We were written out.
They did wonderful things in those days, and not all the stories are apocryphal. They're true.
The craziest are true.
They undressed Bill Stern once. You know that?
Oh,
story?
yes, I was there.
Well, Bill Stern was one of the great sportscasters of all times, and he was at NBC, I think, at the time. And somebody went out to a studio tour. And while he's on the mic, they removed his trousers.
Oh, yes.
Now, there's nothing he can do. He is on the air.
That was Frank Reddick.
They're pulling his trousers down, and he's saying, in the meantime, the score on the Browns.
Right.
They pulled his trousers off. Now they go out into the hall. And there's a studio tour and say, by the way, you better drop by 8H. Stern's doing the sports. And all these people walk by the window where he was sitting there in his shorts doing the thing. Wonderful things like that. Setting the script on fire was an old device, wasn't it?
Yes, and then we used to do a lot of shows in front of an audience, all dressed up in evening clothes. I never knew quite why.
Give it a dramatic
thing, you know, the Philip Morris hour and things like that. And we had a very dramatic director called Charles Martin, who used to give very dramatic cues, and he was, you know, the Toscanini of the radio directors. So the audience would be aware he's there. And he'd see him in his dinner jacket doing all of this. And I used to repeatedly pretend to drop my script and lose my pages before it came to my time in order to spoil his act. You see, because I'd drop all the pages and we'd all be picking them up saying, oh, that isn't it, must be this, and so on. Then while he was looking away, I'd get the real script out of my pocket, you see.
That could be heart attack time.
Yeah, heart attack time. But he gave us a rough time during rehearsals, so we felt he had it coming to us. But it was very funny. Sponsors in those days. Over and over again, radio actors would be barred forever, not allowed ever again to work on a show because it was a Camel show and they opened up a package of Chesterfields or something.
That's how seriously they took it at that time.
Just the package in your hand, blackballed forever. In radio, a medium where nobody could see anything.
I remember once when I was in radio in the Midwest, the favorite device there was because we didn't have a news editing staff or anything. We would just, pull it off the teletype, and the AP or UP would come in on the yellow sheets of paper, and the radio announcer, Ed knows this, would tear it off, and you go into the news, and you read what the stories are. They would type in, they would get a sheet, and in the middle of the news, they would type in some horrendous, obscene story that you didn't know the end of it until you were about halfway through, and then, of course, your eyes would drop down, and you'd say, in Cedar Rapids, Iowa today, Mr. William Scranton went into the barn, and all of a sudden you'd see what's coming. And you'd say, we'll be back to that story in a moment, but first, terrible things like that.
Yes.
But you would be halfway through the story before you realized you'd been had.
We had an announcer. For years, I had a show for Campbell's Soup, which was called the Campbell Playhouse, and we had an announcer called Chappell.
Ernest Chappell.
Ernest Chappell had a very earnest and dramatic voice, and he used to rehearse his commercials very seriously, and there was a running line for a year, which was, as sure as you like chicken, you like Campbell's chicken soup. Now, I had been sent by somebody
They're reading
a copy
along.
of the Poulterer's Gazette, in which Campbell's Soup was advertising for old roosters. Now, as a matter of fact, roosters make the best soup on very old chickens, but we didn't know that. We thought it was funny. So I had my cast every week in dress rehearsal. While Chappell was saying, you like Campbell's chicken soup, we were saying rooster soup right along with him. And he would say, now, fellows, I'm going to go on the air and I'm going to say rooster. He did.
He did. That's what's called is the pre-psyching somebody out until you get them absolutely mad. Now, you know the famous story. This is fun tonight. This is just fun and reminiscing. You know the famous story that George Burns did to Jack Benny? It had to do with Jeanette MacDonald, did it not, Freddie?
I don't know it.
It's a wonderful story, and it shows you how you can psych somebody out. Apparently, Jeanette MacDonald and her husband threw lovely parties, but inevitably, before the evening was over, somebody would ask Jeanette MacDonald to sing, which she would.
If they didn't, she had somebody hired who would.
Because she wanted to sing. So George used to say to Jack Benny, 3 days before the party, he'd say, Jack, when Jeanette MacDonald gets up to sing at the party, don't laugh. It would be very embarrassing. He'd call him the next day. Jack, somebody's going to ask Jeanette to sing. I would be very embarrassed if you laughed while she... Sure enough, so they're at the party and somebody says, Jeanette, would you sing a song? And Jack goes right out. It was all over. physically unable not to explode with laughter.
I know that's true, as it sounds like George for one thing.
He was.
And Jack also was. You could get him quicker than anybody who ever lived.
Was a great patsy for George.
Oh, he was one of the only great comedians who really enjoyed other comedians.
Right, he did.
You do too, but they're so rare. The people, the really good comedians who, because of that false laugh. If you've ever watched them.
Oh, trying to break up.
Yes, no, that's right.
I like your
I
Ernest.
used that in Grossingers in 1939.
I like your Ernest Chappell reading of the chicken soup. What is that again? If it's
as sure as you like chicken, you like candles, chickens, rooster, chicken, rooster.
Oh, I got another story. I got another one come to mind. Oh, this is more fun. Ed Hurley, one night. I've told a story on the air before. Ed Hurley, who does the Kraft cheese commercials and has for years of the Kraft Playhouse, had the actor Seshua Hayakawa, and they had fit in. He's in the booth.
You're in trouble now.
No, he's absolutely. And, of course, Ed Hurley has this wonderful rhythm in his voice, and he's just finished How to Make This Wonderful Cheese and send for the booklet and 50 Ways to Prepare Kraft Cheese. And he's in the booth sitting like this, and it's the end of, the credits are coming over the crawl. And Ed Hurley, he says, next week we have the bridges of so-and-so and so-and-so starring that magnificent actor, Seshua Hayakawa. And you heard this, he said, of course, Seshua Hayakawa. And now you hear just a little bit of it in the booth, and Ed now comes on to try to really bail himself out, and he says, you'll have to, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, but I've always had a little problem with that name. But, of course, I'm talking about Seshua Hayakawa. He did it 3 times in a row, and I fall out of the chair. I am absolutely... By then it was all... He couldn't get it if Hayakawa was there. He couldn't have got it.
I had a show called The Cornstarch. I was the voice of Cornstarch.
Oh, you're putting me on now.
I kid you not. And it was one of my first really good jobs because it was 5 days a week, $75 a time. All I had to come in was read a poem while the singing strings of somebody or other played, and I'd read this thing. And I had to write a little thing about the poem before I would read it. It was a 15-minute spot for the housewife at noon. And I had been up about 3 nights without being to sleep for overwork, as you may imagine. And came in one day, and it was a poem they picked for me by Robert Browning, and I couldn't understand what it was about. And I didn't know what to say about it. And I remembered a line from a play that I'd been in, The Barretts of Wimpole Street with Cornell, when she says to Browning, who was a character in the play, what does this poem mean? And he says... kind of a funny line that he really said in life. When this was written, only God and Robert Browning know what it meant. Now only God does. So I thought, I'll say this. The ladies will enjoy it. So on singing strings. And all the sponsors, and the smaller a show was, the more sponsors would be in a
of course,
in a room, were gathered. And I said, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This poem puts me in mind of what the author said originally, that when this was written, only Brob and Grobbit breeding. When Grot was written, only Grobbit breeding. Music continued. When Grob and Gribbit... When God was written, only Brob and Vit and Gritting. And then I saw all of these faces, purple and black, staring at me. And I just put down the script, walked out of the studio, and never saw them again.
Never saw... Oh, that's wonderful.
No way.
So once you're into it, there is no way to recover except leave and come another day. Hey, I thank you. I understand you have to leave early.
I have to leave early, and I have to say, you made a remark there that there were 2 people by the name of Orson Welles.
That's true.
And, by the name of Orson. And, of course, neither of those statements is true.
Who's another person named Orson?
You see, there is nobody named Orson. It's like saying, they make champagne in Argentina. Figure that one out.
Robert Browning, Dolman.
Yes. No, there is a deep message in that, because... the very talented fellow, and I wish he weren't, who's following me with this name,
Orson Bean,
was really born with a very straight name. His name is actually Wilmot Entwistle.
I don't buy that at all.
Well, it's a name like that. Ask him.
Wilmot Entwistle?
It's a name like that. What happened was, in those days, Bob, they used to use my name on radio just to make people laugh. They used to think Orson was that funny. And maybe it still is. And this fellow, Wilmot...
Wilmot Entwistle?
Yes, Entwistle or Brace Griddle, whatever it may be. Deciding at the beginning of his career that since he didn't know any good material, he'd better come out with a funny name.
Took up Orson.
Invented Orson Bean.
Do you know anybody else besides you and Orson Bean named Orson?
His name isn't Orson.
Well, I mean... well, professionally it is, but do you know anybody else?
No. No, and there'd better not be.
Thanks for coming. Great band, as our guests always say. Great band. Steve Martin is here tonight. Steve has a bizarre sense of humor.
Yes.
He knocks me out. He'll be performing at the Troubadour here in Los Angeles tomorrow night through Sunday, and then he's going to be appearing at the Golden Bear in Huntington Beach, California on Monday and Tuesday. Would you welcome back Steve Martin?
Thank you. Be starting in just a few moments. Just waiting for the drugs to take effect, and then... Okay, there we go. Now, I'm kind of excited tonight. I have a book coming out, and I'm pretty proud of it. It's psychological work. It's called How to Get Along with Everyone. I didn't work on it alone. I worked with this other jerk ex-friend of mine, and so I hope you get that. But... that's it. No, seriously, I do have a book coming out. It's titled How I Turned $1 Million in Real Estate into $25 in Cash. I hope you get that. So, we ready now? Okay, let's go. You know, I kind of think comedy should be based on real experience. So, right now I'd like to do a little thing that happened to me titled The Day the Dopes Came Over. I was sitting at home, peeking through the blinds at my neighbor's wife, minding my own business, when I heard a knock at the door. "Who's there?" I shouted. "We don't know." I knew immediately that the dopes had come over. I opened the door and invited them in. Glad to have company, even if they were a bunch of dopes. "Well, what brings you by this way?" "Yup." "Would you like some coffee?" "No, thanks. I think I'll just sit here and suck on this table." He clamped his lips firmly around the table, but still listened intently to the rest of our conversation. "Gall," said one dope. "How long have we been here?" "Oh, about 2 minutes." "Gall, we should have left hours ago." And they packed up some of my things and lumbered out. "Goodbye, dopes," I shouted. And the dopes turned and shouted back, "Goodbye, you big stupid idiot." Thank you. Okay, and now it's time for a movie review. The Hindenburg. Okay. Oh, that's okay. Am I on yet? I am. Okay, then I'm going to keep going. Right. Let's get going now. Hey! You people are weird. Okay, you know, folks, I'm kind of interested in magic, and you always see these magicians come out and they do these production tricks, you know, but they always have on these big coats and everything, and you know pretty much where it's coming from. But I'm going to do a trick tonight that kind of gets around that problem. I picked this up. I was in Egypt this morning, and I learned this. I learned this trick, and I'd like to do it for you now. So here we go. Let's not waste any more time. Let's go. Hey! Hit it. Perfect. All right. Okay, here we go. We still on? Okay. No problem on that. All right. Here we go. Okay. Pretty good tan, huh? Yeah. I've been working on this all summer, boy. Cost me plenty to get it, but I'm pretty proud. Okay. Isn't it funny how it's okay to take off your pants if you have on funny underwear? If I had regular underwear on, people go, oh no. Funny underwear, they go, oh. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We'll be right back following this brief intermission as soon as Steve gets ready. We are back. Steve is getting dressed.
Yes, put on the shoes.
Yeah. I see you all over the place. You're working every place, in television, personal
real
appearance,
good.
concerts, nightclubs.
Johnny, I hope this doesn't offend you, but do you smell like a hyena, or am I just...
No, I wasn't going to say anything. I thought it was...
Thought it was me.
Yeah, animals do have a tendency to...
Well, listen. Okay, I want to explain this. I thought this would be an interesting thing to do on the Tonight Show, which we're on now. When you're in show business, you have to have an answering service. And because you're out of town all the time, and calls are constantly coming in for work and things like that, so you have to have an answering service. But the ones that you hire for like $35 a month are really poor. You know, you call them, they go, hold, wait, hold. So you can't understand. So I bought a telephone answering machine that answers your phone. And this is a little beeper.
I see.
And you play this into the phone and it retrieves your calls. And you can leave it's a recording. You leave a little recording and with a little joke if you want, which I have on mine. And
A little humor when people call.
Oh, yeah. And then they can leave a recorded message. So I thought it'd be interesting to do it on the Tonight Show. I haven't been home for like 2 weeks, so there should be messages.
You actually call them?
Yeah. To call them up here on the show and get the messages.
Well, I didn't know what this
So
was.
that's why
I saw
we
it, and I
rigged
didn't know.
this up.
All right.
And I thought it'd be interesting for the people to...
We checked it out before, and somebody said the phone company could put a line in.
Yeah. I thought it'd be interesting for people to hear what a professional comedian in show business, kind of messages that they get. So
Let's give
so
it a
we'll give them a
try.
call. Ready? Now, the first thing you'll hear is the recorded message, which is me, and then I beep this, and you'll hear it rewind, and then the messages will play back. Can I pencil and paper?
Sure.
In case I have.
That's right. You're in case some work shows
Yeah.
up.
Hello, this is Steve Martin. I'm away from is being answered by an expensive telephone answering machine, who is also, incidentally, my wife. So if you'll leave your message when you hear the beep, I'll be happy to call you back.
Now that triggers the rewind.
Should I rewind it?
Now it plays back all the messages you got.
Hello, Steve. This is Fred down in the garage. Yeah, we were able to fix that lighter. No problem at all. Cost about $8, I guess. Please call when you get in.
All right.
Steve, this is Jimmy Hoffa. Give me a call when you get a chance.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, meow, meow.
It's my cat.
Steve, this is Trudy. Don't be embarrassed about the other night. It can happen to any guy. Hello, Steve. This is Victoria. Don't be embarrassed about the other night. Any guy. It doesn't mean you're not a man. Talk to you later.
Steve, this is Bill. Don't be embarrassed.
Steve, sorry to bother you again. This is Ernie down in the garage. You know that cigarette lighter that we fixed? We have a real problem down here. It's really the whole electrical system of the car. It's going to cost you about $350. Call me right away, will you?
Meow, 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 meow.
Call back. Cat. Call back.
Steve, this is Ted. I found your earring. Bye.
Hello, Steve. This is Ernie down at the garage again. You know, this car, we're having all sorts of problems with it. We're going to have to junk it out. It's going to cost me about $8,000. However, Steve, we were able to save that lighter. Come down.
We'll be right back. All right. Bob Uecker played professional baseball for 14 years. He's currently working for the Milwaukee Brewers as a scout in public relations, as a broadcaster. And since World Series time is when? When's the World Series?
Soon, very soon.
October. We thought we would have...
The audience is well informed tonight.
What do I know? It's coming up soon. We thought we'd invite Bob to kind of reminisce about some of the great World Series games he's enjoyed watching from the grandstands, like a lot of us. Would you welcome Bob Uecker? Well, it's that time again, World Series time, and your heart must quicken.
Well, of course it is World Series time, and I guess, as I've said before, when the word baseball is mentioned, I guess my name would automatically come to your mind.
Yes, I was watching the news the other night. It was kind of the sports, you know, and it was kind of distressing to see. They did the final telecast from Washington. The Senators are going, I guess, to Texas, are they not? Washington Senators. They had about 1,000 people out for the final game, and it's going to be the first time in 73 years they said that Washington is not going to have a baseball. Is this going to be good for baseball?
Well, there's been a lot of moves that have taken place in baseball, but I think, everybody talks about moving the team. In the case of Washington, I think they should leave the team there and move Washington.
Might have a point. I never looked at it that way, but certainly logical. Somebody gave me some pictures tonight. Are these some of the highlights
Yes.
of your career?
Right.
14 years. How many teams did you play with?
I was with 4. Everybody wanted to take a chance on winning the pennant, of course, so...
You kept going from team to team?
Right.
Okay. Let's, I haven't seen these myself. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll hold them up, and maybe you can tell us what they're... They see the monitor up there. Obviously, it's a locker room celebration.
No, this is actually a picture of me getting ready for a game.
You don't believe in waiting too long, huh?
No, I hadn't played in a couple days, and to get me ready, why they
Kind of prime you a little bit, huh?
prime me up, right?
Was that actually a pennant winning team at all?
No, not after that picture was
No.
taken.
You were catcher.
Yes, I was. Chaser.
Chaser. Now, that is you down here?
Yes, that's me. That's my hidden ball trick.
What happened in that particular?
Well, I'm sure you've heard the phrase, he had his bell rung.
Yes. And it's chimed for quite a while, doesn't it? Yes. Yes. All right. I'm not quite sure what this is. This is a series of montage of pictures. What does this show?
Well,
I
this,
guess the first picture is where up
right.
here? Yeah.
This, John, you remember when I talked about catching the knuckleball?
Right.
The easiest way to catch it was to wait until it stopped rolling and then just pick it up.
I see, and there it is on the ground.
See
You're looking around for the ball there in that middle picture.
then the umpire finally picked it up and gave it to me, and I made my throw.
You made your throw after that, huh? All right. This is obviously here. When we get a shot of it,
This is
obviously a team.
This is a
photograph.
team picture that once a year they have these team picture days, is what they are. And on this particular day, this cost Bob Gibson, one of the great pitchers in baseball. It cost him and I a couple $100. They had taken the picture and they had proofed it and everything, and then brought it back to the ballpark before they finally caught that scene there.
What? I can't. Can you come in a little closer on that?
Well, Bob and I are holding hands.
We're gonna get a close shot of that. You certainly are, aren't you? Guess who's coming to pitch? That's a funny photo. And they went out before they really took a close look at it.
Yeah, they brought it back ready to give them out before they finally
You two clowns are sitting there smiling like two. That's great. All right, now this picture must be obviously of an exciting moment.
Yes, this is on a day when the starting lineups were put on the board and the ball club found out that I wasn't playing.
Celebrating early there.
Everybody's very happy.
I can imagine they were. This is you, isn't it, Robert? In this last picture, I can't even guess what you're doing here.
Well, this was taken during the 1964 World Series. They had 4 bands on the field, and one of them took a break, so I grabbed this guy's tuba, and I was catching fly balls in that tuba in the outfield. And, that cost me $260 too. Well, all the dents that were put in the
They
tuba.
find ball players for almost everything, huh?
Yes, they do.
Kind of behavior. Did you read Boughton's book at all, Ball Form?
No, I didn't. I heard a lot about it.
Where he kind of copped out and told tales out of school, as it were, about some of the ball players. They were kind of...
Well, those guys, football players and baseball players, those guys, they can write anything they want, but where would they be without it?
No.
They keep knocking it, but they all played it and they all made a good living at it. I would never knock it. Really.
You don't believe in coming back and then saying, here's what...
Well, I really don't. I was happy to survive as long as I did.
All right, we'll come back and talk about your career a little more, because you've got fascinating stories. We'll return in a moment after words from one of our sponsors. We're talking with Bob Uecker, who spent 14 years in the majors. Was your dad an athlete? I mean, where did you get you got the physique of an athlete? Where'd you get the ability?
Well, I guess I did get it from my dad. My dad came to this country as a soccer player.
I didn't know that.
And well, he wasn't actually a player. He blew up the balls, is what he did.
That's part of it.
Well, the big thing, I think a real tribute to my dad was the fact that they didn't have pumps at that time.
And he did that anyway.
Yes,
huh?
he did. He did a beautiful job.
No, I've noticed when I watch ball, most athletes, for some reason, go through kind of rituals or superstitions. They wear the same uniform, the same pair of socks. I think one of the tennis players, somebody, Cliff Ritchie, has one pair of trunks. He plays a match, washes them out, and uses them because it's a superstition. Now, does that run in all athletic
Well,
competition?
I guess I had certain things that used to bother me. For instance, maybe I'd leave the house, and I'd be walking outside, and I'd hear one of my kids say, another day, another dollar, 4 at bats, another collar. That would make me think that I wasn't going to get a hit that day.
Your own family.
Well, or I know my dad many times would ask me, I'd be leaving the ballpark, and he'd say, where are you going to be sitting today?
That destroys a man's
Well,
pride.
I mean, you haven't even got there yet. And or if I'd see a bulldog running across the field with a cigar in his mouth, I knew I wasn't going to get a hit that day. Or maybe my last time at bat, I'd look in the visitor's dugout and see all the guys sitting there with their street clothes on.
What's the weirdest superstition with other players?
Well, I've seen a lot of players. Other players, some fellows have a superstition about picking up dirt. They pick up dirt. I'm sure you've seen them do it, and pick up dirt and throw it out of their hands. And if you do it, they'll do it again. I don't know what it is or why they do it, but if you pick up dirt after they do, they'll bend down and pick it up again. I mean, this can go on. It could be a 9-inning dirt picking up. You see players, a lot of players coming from the outfield to the dugout. They always have to touch, well, either third base or second base, whatever it is.
I've seen that when they run in.
Now, a player on our bench would try and race out there and beat him to the bag. And it really does bother a lot of players. I mean, if somebody else touches a bag before they do, they're done.
That's all over for the day.
Right. I never had the problem of touching any bag.
You didn't make a lot of treks around, did you? Did you hit many homers in your career at all?
No, I didn't. I think, well, there were days, a lot of things used to bother me, John. I'd maybe get a threatening phone call from somebody where, I'd pick up the phone, the guy would say, I hope you get a hit.
And you'd choke right there.
Well, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. It just bothers you the rest of the ball game.
Did you ever play Little League ball?
Yes, I did. Well, they didn't call it Little League ball at that time. They changed the name a few years after I started playing, but I played Little League baseball, and I think really too much emphasis is put on winning and losing with Little League players, really. I know I tell my boy, he comes home and talks about not playing or another boy is better than he is, and I tell him you've got to work harder, you've got to play more, you've got to try and do your job better. And then, of course, if he's still better than you are, well, then it's up to you to get him on the side and just hit him with a bat or something.
You've got to have a certain amount of aggression there.
Yes,
Child has got to forge ahead. Let me get her up here a second. With transit fares going up, are they going up again? Yes. Oh, I didn't know that. You certainly don't want to be paying for 2 seats, do you, Ed?
Not me, Johnny, but you don't have to starve to reduce. Your daily weight control program could start with this. The Kellogg's Special K breakfast. Special K cereal, juice, orange or tomato, a little sugar, some skim milk, and some coffee. And you know, a breakfast like this satisfies the appetite all morning. And it's less than 240 calories. It's 99% fat-free. What a delicious way to fight inflation. The Special K breakfast. Now let's hear about another good Kellogg product.
All right, my first guest tonight, folks. My first guest tonight was called the Shirley Temple of Czechoslovakia because of her, that's true, because of her success there as a child star. Now, I understand when President Reagan visited Chicago in June, she performed for the president, and the local media in Chicago was so taken by her that they started an actual campaign to get her booked on The Tonight Show. We actually got this tape you're going to see from PM Magazine, and this was part of the effort. We'll show you this. Watch the monitors here.
People say, Vlasta, you can get any higher than that, than playing for President of the United States. And I said, yes, but there's higher thing. I said, you know what's my dream is? I gotta get, and that's my wish, on Johnny Carson.
Here it is, the one, the only, Johnny Carson polka. Let's welcome Vlasta.
Come on, folks, and hear me out. What I have to say is all about your home. Johnny Carson is his name.
Chicago Radio's Jeff and Jer have made Tuesday Vlasta Aid Day on their WFYR-FM morning show. The phones jam up with callers who pledge signatures on petitions to send to The Tonight Show.
We will never give up. If this takes 10 years, we are going to get this woman on The Tonight Show somehow or another.
She's just so genuine. You really want to pull for her. You really want to see her on there. And it'll really be a victory for everybody. So the response has been incredible.
Well, folks, I'm here to tell you... Well, I'm here to tell you, folks, that Vlasta Aid paid off. Would you welcome, please, the international queen of polka, Vlasta. show business. Okay, come on over, Blaster. Okay, that's Blaster, folks. Unplug the amplifier there. Okay, a little getting disengaged. How are you? How are you? How are you doing?
Johnny.
Yeah, sit down here. How are you? Okay. Ed will help you remove your accordion. Is our official accordion remover here? Well, how are you?
Oh, Johnny, you're so great.
Now, come on now. I don't want people to think I booked you for any, sexual reason. How are you? It's nice to have you here.
Thank you very much, Johnny. Can I have your drink or something?
It's a little coffee. Would you like some water?
Anything, just your coffee.
So
is
you
that
have a little coffee there. Did I pronounce your name right? Vlasta?
Vlasta.
No last name?
It's a Czechoslovakian name. She was a warrior.
Vlasta was a warrior.
Against the men.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, but you'd use no last name at all, huh?
I tell you why. I use it like Cher.
Okay.
Vlasta.
Who was also a warrior against men. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. If you just have joined us, this young lady is called Vlasta, just queen of the polka, international queen of the polka, right?
Yes,
because
yes, Johnny.
you do come from Czechoslovakia, and you were telling me about this dress. 100 years old, did you say?
I want everybody to see it.
Good. All right. Very pretty.
It's a costume. It's my mother brought it from the Museum of
Did she?
Czechoslovakia.
That's very lovely. Is there a king of polka?
Yes, Frankie Yankovic.
Frankie Yankovic, you're right.
Frankie Yankovic.
You know, when I worked at WOW in Omaha, Nebraska, I announced the polka parade at 6 o'clock in the morning. Did you know a guy playing polka called Whoopie John Wilfert?
I've heard of him, too.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Right.
That one I remember.
Yes.
And his band will play.
What?
Whoopie John will fart and his band will play.
That's right. That's absolutely true. Now, look, I know you're from Czechoslovakia. Now, shame, but didn't the polka now originate in Poland? Or am I wrong?
Well, a lot of people think, a polka means a Polish girl.
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody looks in a dictionary, it is, that's the translation. But really, in a dictionary, if you look, the polka means a half step.
I see.
But it originated. Polka originated 1830, Johnny, in a little village. And the girl names were Annie, Anichka called.
Anichka called.
Yes, and she was a polka girl, and she started the polka steps. Later on, matter of fact, it went to Vienna, England, and every place. And people, the white, the cream of the folks, they used to pay in silver money, and then it came to United States. But the Polish people are the greatest promoters of polka in the United States.
I think you're right there. Yeah, that's true.
Chicago, especially.
You still practice all the time?
Oh, Johnny, I practice about 5-6 hours a day.
5 or 6 hours a day?
Yes, I do. Because it's a great instrument, and especially to be performing. And thank you, Mr. Doc Severinsen, to let me be part of you, because if you appear with Doc Severinsen, you can be that bad.
That's right. You have to have certain... We set certain standards to play with Doc, and you...
He is one of the best. He's one of the best.
He is one of the best.
Johnny, I come from the suburbs, from Berwyn.
You come from the suburbs where?
From Berwyn.
Berwyn.
Berwyn, that's right. So this is what the whole Chicago is watching tonight.
Yeah, well... Now, you were called the Shirley Temple of Czechoslovakia.
Yes, because I look like Shirley Temple when I was 4 years old.
You still look a little like Shirley Temple. You've got that cute face.
Yeah, I used to tap dance and done about 20 movies.
Uh-huh.
And then we, what happened, we emigrated. We went to Germany, spent 4 years in a refugee camp. And we got lucky. I lost my dad in a war. And my mother brought me. Yes.
I think they don't mean to laugh and be cruel.
It doesn't.
Because, what you said we got lucky, and then you said the next thing was we lost our dad in the war.
That's right. We're lucky to emigrate to the United States.
They were not being unkind at all.
And we got lucky to
When you say we, is your husband?
No, my mother and 2 little children.
You do have a husband, though, right?
Yes, and I got married when I was 16.
16?
Yes.
Does he listen to you practice?
Oh, Johnny, I tell you. See what happens. I come up with these tunes, and probably Mr. Doc Severinsen knows how this works. You get an idea, and doesn't matter it's afternoon or night. Sometimes I wake up at night at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I come up with a tune, so I pick up accordion, I wake my husband up. I says, Johnny.
At 2 o'clock, you wake your husband and play the accordion? Is that true?
Doc, you told me I can call you Doc? See,
He's not a
Mr.
medical
Sutherland
doctor.
said-
Did he tell you he was a... Did he try that routine about being a medical doctor?
No.
We've had some problems here in the studio.
So he must understand, too. You know, tunes come to you. That doesn't mean, 6 o'clock evening, are you going to write? No, it comes at night. So I wake up my husband. I says, honey, can you listen to this tune? So he gets up and he's listening to the tune. Sometimes he comes from work. And you guys are terrible. You either come from work, you read the news, watch the football game or baseball game, nobody can talk to you. So I wait when my husband takes a bath, and then I'll take my accordion, sit on the toilet, see John.
I'll tell you, any marriage that can survive a husband taking a bath and a wife sitting on a toilet seat with an accordion is a strong union.
And especially Johnny, when I work on your lyrics, that was my hardest one, because
Where did you compose that, may I ask?
My husband, came. He's a second shift, and I wish he would have been here with me, but he has to work and support me, what I'm doing. But
I'm sure he'll hear
he's
from you when
an
you get
auto body
home.
man. Hi, Johnny.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I've done lyrics for you, Johnny,
Yes.
a second the hottest polka in Chicago, everybody's
Really?
playing it. I wrote the lyrics when I was taking a bath with my husband.
Did you have the accordion in there with you at the time?
No, because my husband's name is Johnny.
Ah.
And this is what it is, so I practice on him and try to on you.
I'm honored and flattered. Is this the number you're going to do for us, the next one?
So I would like to say, Johnny, I wrote this song especially for you. And I want to say thank you for Doc Severinsen to help me out, make a great arrangement.
Not anybody can work with Doc.
And he's the top #1. And his band. And Johnny, this is my honor to be on your show. And I want to thank you, Chicago, for putting me on Johnny Carson show.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. What?
Johnny,
Yes.
This song is especially the polka. And do you think you can come here because it's especially for you that I can show you little bit steps to polka? Would you do that?
I really don't know how to polka.
I'll teach you. It's very easy. 1, 2, 3.
Next time. Yeah, we better do the number. If we do all this, we're not going to have time for Alan, so maybe we can just play it this time and we'll dance at a time to be announced in your local paper. What, dear?
Can you help?
What do I do here?
Just put it over.
Yeah.
Okay. That's it. Okay. And just here.
Okay.
Just,
Right? That's a very dangerous instrument. We've talked long enough. Okay. Get that thing cooking.
Come on, folks, and hear me out what I have to say. It's all about your host, Johnny Carson is his name. He's on each evening entertaining you. Yes, on tonight's show, 3. You'll feel great all over if you do the polka with me. Yeah! Johnny, Johnny, come on, dance with me. I'll teach you the polka. It's lots of fun, you see. Johnny, oh Johnny, it's just 1, 2, 3. You'll feel great all over if you do the polka with me. Yeah!
Oh, thank you, Lassa.